Welcome back everyone to Three Lines TCG. Today we're going to be opening up some Pokemon cards for a change. We're going to be doing two Phantasmal Flames booster boxes. Now these were originally friend of the channel Brandon's and we were going to do a booster box battle, but our schedules have been all whack and we haven't really had time to sit down and actually do that. Plus it would take forever given that these are 36 pack boxes, which we're not really used to on the channel given we open up a lot of One Piece. But we have had approval from Brandon to just go ahead and rip them open. We kind of want to see if we've got the Charizards in these boxes. Of course, those are the two big chasers. You have the Gold and the SIR. Otherwise, a lot of the other prices for the cards have actually dropped quite significantly. It's not really that much of a surprise, though. This is a smaller set compared to some of the other ones, but it will always hold its value because of the Charizard. So we'll see if we can get lucky today. Obviously, by opening these, we have immediately lost our money and our value, but I think he got these for a good price. We got these, like I say, quite a while ago, so probably closer to release date. I think some of them maybe one of them maybe MSRP. I could be making that up, but let's go ahead and get started with the opening. Yeah. We have actually opened up a decent amount of Phantasmal Flames already on the channel. I know earlier last month we did a ETB, and then I remember on release day, I actually managed to find a couple packs at my local Target. Not too many, I think I maybe opened 4 or something in total. Whatever I opened on the channel is all I've opened from this set. You know, retail packs are really hard to find nowadays. But we did pretty good if I remember. I think we got a couple IRs. So that's kind of all I'm hoping out of this video. Obviously, I would love to pull the Charizards, naturally. That would be awesome. But I just kind of want to get some unique artworks out on the video here. So we got a Reverse Haunter. And a good start here. We've got a Nimble illustration rare. Do really like that one. He's kind of chilling in the field there in the meadow, which kind of makes sense for the old bug Pokemon there. So not too bad, not too bad. We have a little holo rare Ampipom at the end as well, which I'm sure we'll see plenty of holo rares. But yeah, good start. You can never go wrong with a nice little illustration rare and a beautiful card at that. Very nice. I think my favorite thing with this set in particular is that it is a smaller set list, so I do enjoy, it kind of reminds me of the vintage, you know, sets when they don't have like 250 cards in each one. So that's kind of nice, and hopefully that means that we'll see most of everything that this set has to offer. Obviously, if we want to see the Charizards, but, you know, even just like the other illustration rares that we haven't seen yet, and then pretty much every common and uncommon we should be able to cover with 2 booster boxes. So I do enjoy that from the visual perspective. We've got a Lotad reverse here. Oh! And we have a Meowth illustration rare, a very good start. This is the one that's actually hold a decent amount of value, and I think is a fan favorite from the set, and I kind of agree. We've got another Ampipom at the end there, of course, but I do really like this one, actually. I'm going to kind of probably do a little zoom in here, and we'll see if we can get some detail in the background, but just Meowth chilling on the branch here, on the tree, and just very well done from an artist perspective here. We're going to kind of zoom in on the background and see if we can get some of this texture on the camera. But yeah, a beautiful illustration rare. I kind of get it now. Yeah, it's just a nice like cityscape with I'm assuming Meowth chilling in the woods or potentially a park or whatever. But yeah, it's a cool one. When you look at the set, I think like this and maybe like the Piplup and there's a couple of other illustration rares that do kind of go hard too, but I kind of understand why this one's held its value. We'll definitely have to get this one top loaded and on display. Back-to-back hits off the start here, not too bad. Although with that being said, usually I prefer to sort of save it to the end. You know, getting all your hits out at the start just kind of makes the rest of the box a bit of a slog if you're not careful, but. And also, like, I usually only like at least one hit at the beginning, kind of like my One Piece look, because we kind of want to try and get, I think you want to try and get a SIR, right? That's kind of what your goal is. I don't think you can get multiple in a booster box, but if you can get at least one, then that means you've done pretty well here. We've got Battle Cage reverse. Oh, and the ultra rare switch. I do miss these. I mean, I never played the game. I never really played the TCG that much. I was just a collector, but you know, if this is a playable card, then this is what you would want to do for max rarity type stuff. I know back in the day they had a lot of the gold versions of these, like the hyper rares. I think this is just a regular ultra rare, but still pretty cool for a switch there. Kind of got a nice texture to it. I think doing like the Pokemon tools or the items are pretty cool, but Obviously, just you'd prefer the trainers, right? I think the trainers, you just get a bit more out of them. Obviously, there's always a need or a collector trying to get all the full art trainers, so I guess that's the only disappointing thing maybe about the set. Like, I don't mind personally, but I know a lot of people. I think there's only one. I think it's Dawn, and that's it. I think that's the only. Oh, maybe there's like that fire breather guy too, I'm pretty sure, but there isn't really that many full art trainers in this set, so that always doesn't necessarily go down as well compared to some of the other sets that do have those. We've got a nice reverse Smurgle there into a Suicune. Okay, I don't think I remember seeing that one. It's a pretty cool holo rare there. We will take that, not too bad. Obviously, this is 36 packs a box, so it is going to take quite a minute to open these. It's probably going to be an hour long. I don't really like to like cut everything up, but I will try my best to be as quick as possible when we just get a holo rare, because obviously by the time we open 2 boxes, we will have seen every holo rare. Ooh, with a Duraludon. That looks like a Kanata. Yeah, it is. It's a Kanata artwork. Very similar to the Giratina and some of his other famous artworks like the Magneton and stuff like that. He just has a specific style that is so unique that you can just spot even on like a common. So very, very cool card there. Got a Bronzong and a Flygon at the end. I think we have seen that Flygon before in some of the other boxes. I will, like I say, when I try and edit this for the first go around, because I want everyone to be able to see all of the commons and uncommons and rares and stuff like that, I won't be as quick on cutting away whenever we do pull them. But if we start seeing a lot of duplicates, then I'll try my best to just get through it, because like I said, this is probably going to take forever. I do forget how much longer it's going to take to open 2 booster boxes with Pokemon rather than one piece there. Nice Charmander. I do like that one. A little Charmander reverse there. And we have a Milcery. And a Vileplume. Happy Chappy Vileplume. Oh, man down. Get you back in there. So, I know the set's been out for a decent bit, but if you have already opened up some Phantasmal Flames, let me know down below how well your luck was. Did you open some booster boxes in ETB or just some packs? And did you get any decent hits at the time? I actually really, like I say, the only real chase I have actually in this set is the Gengar. And that Gengar is a double rare. So I'm hoping today we at least pull one of them. Ideally would like 2 so that both Brandon and I can also get one. Because obviously these are his boxes. So if he wants it, then obviously he gets first dibs. But I also know that he's more focused on Kingdras. That's his like big chase card that he really enjoys. And he does prefer, just kind of like me, more vintage over modern. For me, if it is modern, it really has to be very specific. Like it has to be like a Gengar or a Blastoise or anything, any of my top like 10 favorite Pokemon, then I'll potentially collect it. Also, if there's just a really dope artwork, like I don't mind putting that in sort of my my favorite artworks binder. Nice Mimikyu here, I do like that. Got the Trapinch. There's Dawn. So I think her full art trainer in this set is a special illustration rare, is an SIR. So we'll have to be quite lucky to pull that. We have a Reshiram at the end. Pretty cool. I think we have seen that before in the previous opening. But speaking of Gengars, the newest set that's come out for Pokemon, the Ascended Heroes set, does have an SIR Mega Gengar, which just looks absolutely beautiful. That would obviously be my big chase from that set. I also really love the Feraligatr. I think those two would definitely be my highlights. The Metagross looks kind of cool as well. And there's some other cool ones that I've seen like on Instagram while that's been released. But yeah, that Gengar man looks so nice. I may, like I say, I may try and get my hands on some of the sealed product, obviously at a reasonable price, and maybe open it on the channel here. Nice Moltres. I do actually like this one too for just a holo rare there. Not bad. But yeah, I'm gonna try and maybe open some of that. Just like I say, give myself a chance to maybe get some of the Gengars in that set. But in general, it looks like it has a lot of like cutesy cards and stuff like that too, so it could be a fun open regardless. Not sure how big that set is though, to be fair. I think it is one of the bigger ones, maybe like 200 plus. But you know, that's kind of part of the course when it comes to Pokemon nowadays. In terms of everything else though, I am going to be quite busy these next couple weeks, so I'm going to try and get this out as soon as possible, maybe this upcoming weekend, because I won't be really available then. I want to try and get some more streams in as well. I've been kind of slacking a little bit this month, but I've just been busy, so it's just one of those. And I'm more of a, you know, video content creator rather than a streamer. But I do have a nice little setup now. We've got the camera change. Hopefully you've noticed the quality in the past couple openings. I'm still trying to get the hang of it. It does take a minute to figure out all the lighting and make sure I get the sweet spot, because obviously you can see that it does go in and out of focus, but otherwise, when you do get it spot on, it doesn't look that bad, if I do say so myself. Ooh, we have a Mega Low Bunny EX, so this is one of the double rares. This is the same rarity as the Gengar that I'm chasing. We'll take a good look at this one, though. I know Low Bunny has some interesting lore or I don't know, internet fame. But this one looks quite nice, actually. It looks quite textured for just a double rare. I think the Megas have been my favorite version of the double rares in modern day Pokemon. I just think otherwise they've been kind of lackluster, but at least these are textured, which is always nice. I want to try and start adding like smaller, shorter video content that isn't related to just opening cards. Like, I kind of did a bit of an experiment with one, and then it turned out to be an hour, so kind of opposite of everything I was trying to go for, but like, I don't know, breaking news or just updates on stuff. If you guys haven't already seen it, I can give my take on it and also inform you of it, that type of thing. I can do it for Pokemon. I can also, mainly One Piece, but I can do it for Pokemon as well, because obviously I want to stay on top of everything, especially given the next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend, I will be vending, actually, at my first show, so I've got to stay on top of it, you know what I mean? Nice Genesect. It's Arita. It's an Arita artwork, so very nice. Arita, if you didn't know, also did the base set Charizard, so he's very infamous when it comes to Pokemon artwork, so very, very nice there. I mean, it's kind of cool to see him still doing it, and still having some of these, holo rare artworks. Back in my day, the holo rares were the ones that hold the value, but, nowadays, that's just, it's not the case, unfortunately. Got the Fire Breather, so there's the Fire Breather I was talking about. I think he has a illustration or a full art in this set. Dizzying Valley. Oh, and the Mega Heracross EX. I do really like this one as well. This and the full art version, or like the ultra rare, I think it's probably one of my favorites in the set, apart from maybe Sharpedo as well. I think I've not really seen Sharpedo in person yet though, so hopefully we pull one of those. And of course the Gengar, naturally, but the Heracross is nice. I really like the. Hopefully we pull one today so I can show you what I'm talking about. But the full art version of that, he looks really derpy on the right, and then he's like Giga Chad on the left. So I do really like the color scheme though of those. And again, I seriously think, I will say this, I do think the double rares, these mega double rares in this set, are miles better than anything we've seen before. Just they actually cared about them and put some texture on them, and I don't know, they look really nice in person too. There we go, we got a little Miss Magius EX. Now this is what the traditional double rare would look like, right? With just basically just like the star pattern on the actual board, like on the actual card itself. So this is what I'm not really a fan of, but it's still a pretty cool card. Like, I do like the theme of it. Obviously a nice color scheme for the ghost Pokemon here, so not too bad. Like with every opening, just let me know down below if there's something in particular you want to see me open. I obviously tend to stick to like One Piece and Pokemon. Those are kind of that's my wheelhouse, but I have experimented with the odd thing here and there. Like I did a bit of Flesh and Blood and also some Magic, so I don't mind. I just love opening cards, to be honest, and I can appreciate the artworks and stuff like that. And obviously I would always recommend trying to learn, at least attempting to learn how to play the game if you're going to start opening a bunch of stuff. So I've obviously done that with One Piece, but we've got a Bramblegast reverse here and the Arita Genesect. I'm hoping when I vend at this show that I can maybe try and get my hands on some sealed product too, if maybe for trade or whatever, if someone is trying to get rid of something. But I'm also like aware of scalpers too, so if it's like a bunch of sleeve boosters, I'm like, where'd you get this from, huh? I don't know if we can do business, good sir. I do not know. Ooh, a nice Baneri there. I do like that one. That's nice and cute in the field there, in the meadow. We got Milcery, Oddish, Honchcrow, Grimsley's... Oh, so there is another trainer then. So that Grimsley's move has probably got a full art trainer, I would imagine, in this set as well. Wait, and we got the reverse Baneri as well. Very nice, very nice. And another Ampipom. I think that's our third Ampipom already. I might have to start getting a counter for them. I don't know. I honestly don't think there's that many holo rares in this set. Like I said, because it is a 94 card set, so I'm sure we'll see quite a lot of duplicates. We've got, I mean, they've got the legendaries though, right? We've seen the Suicune, we've got a Moltres. So they've got a decent amount of holo rare selection, I would say. Nice Charmeleon there. Hopefully, some good fortune to come. A little Oda special. A little foreshadowing, perhaps. Lombre into a reverse Zigzagoon, and the Moltres. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I think I will try and get some Ascended Heroes as well. Maybe not 2 booster boxes like we've got here today, but maybe at least an ETB. Give it a go, give it a whirl. Roll the dice on the Gengar, because I think that's going to be another big chase of mine. I still need the one from Fusion Strike as well. I've got all the regular ones, but I don't have the like the secret rare version, so that one is quite expensive nowadays, though, so not sure I'm going to just buy that one outright. We've got a Pawmi. Oh, we do have some in here. The Dewgong illustration rare, which I do remember pulling in the ETB, so we have seen this one before. I do actually really like this card with the Aurora Borealis in the background, and I just think they could have done Aurora Beam or something instead of Slam. So that's just my only complaint, I guess, but otherwise, a beautiful Dewgong there. I do like this one. I think I definitely prefer this one to the Nimble in the background, so we'll go ahead and get this one top-loaded, and we'll swap them out. Sorry about that, Nimble. You have been replaced by the Dewgong. I will say I do miss my pull tabs. I do miss my pull tabs with the Pokemon stuff, but I think this is the most optimal way of doing it, to be honest. I'll probably mess it up throughout the video, but for now it's okay. I do at least like that the card trick nowadays is just 1 to the front, because when you had to deal with 4 or 3, and it was like every set was different, it was kind of all over the shop when you had to open them, but otherwise, not too bad, not too bad. We got the reverse seal. Into... Oh, we got some in. A Ludicolo illustration rare. I do actually like the way that looks. Very bright and breezy, but I actually really like that. We'll have to maybe get a little zoom in and look at all that detail. We got a Pawmot at the end as well. Nothing too crazy there, but let's take a little deeper look. I think I prefer this one to the Dewgong, honestly. I mean, only because I've seen the Dewgong before. Obviously, the Dewgong with the theme looks quite nice, but this makes sense for Ludicolo. He's always happy, always dancing around. The excited heel there. Kind of, wait, illustration, wait. Somebody named Jerky made this artwork? Okay. All right, we got Jack Links on the case. The Teriyaki Jerky created this one. That's what we like to see. That is what we like to see. I'm sure Ludicolo would like it too. Well, for me personally, I vote that we sleeve and top load, and I think unfortunately Ludicolo is gonna have to replace Dewgong. I don't know. I think I prefer that one. Because it's new, but 2, I just think there's a lot more going on in this artwork. Lots of colors you'd have to deal with if you were doing that one. So that was probably a pretty fun one to draw, to be honest with you. But yeah, not bad. The only reason I do like the Pokemon booster boxes is that you do get a solid amount of illustration rares. I don't know the pull rates on the top of my head though. Like, I have not looked into that for a long time. I do kind of just prefer going in blind, to be honest with these. I've opened enough in the past to kind of know what you're sort of, not guaranteed, but what you look to get. But I haven't really opened up that many booster boxes since illustration rares have been a thing, to be honest with you. So but hopefully, like I say, I think we're just looking for a special illustration rare. That's kind of the goal of any of these boxes. Another Ampipom. Yeah, I kind of just stick to the ETBs in most of the past 3 or 4 years of Pokemon cards. Well, maybe not 3 or 4 years, but definitely at least the past couple of years. Kind of, obviously, Pokemon experience the same thing that One Piece is currently experiencing, where it's just Scalper Central, and it's hard to get your hands on product at any MSRP, pricing. And that's still the case now. It's very hard to get your hands on these, but that's why ETBs for me were at least more reasonable price, and you got a decent chance still to get something kind of crazy. Ooh, Toxtricity. That's the first time seeing that. I think as a holo rare. I actually really like that one. I'm not even a huge Toxtricity fan or anything, but I just think they've done a really good job with that artwork. And always keep in mind, you know, you can and you are allowed to enjoy the holo rares from time to time. I know. You liking a 20-cent card? Whoa, not allowed. No, it's okay. It's okay, fellas. It's okay. You are allowed to like what you like. Crazy, right? Crazy. Toxel. Lotad. I like that Lotad, actually, to be honest with you. Sacred Charm. Linoon. Darmanitan, or however you say his name. The Blaze Ball. Togedemaru. And another Flygon. We are getting quite close to the end. I forget how many more packs it is. It's like 12 more than we're used to opening on these videos, so it is gonna take a minute, that's for sure. But I think after we finish this pack, we'll just go ahead and get rid of the box, and we'll split them up here, just to make it a little bit easier. We got the Bronzor, Dugong, Ghastly, Mimikyu, which I do like that one, Ceruledge, Fire Breather, Honchkrow, Toxel Reverse, and another reverse. We've got the reverse Dugong this time, and the Doggo with a Sword, Zacian. Okay, come on. We got the Charizard pack. Let's go. I believe. If I can get this one open. It's like Fort Knox. That means they're hiding some goodies inside. Let's see. We'll do the code card. Does anybody still use these? I'll flash them every Pokemon opening, but if you actually use them, please let me know. Because I don't know anyone who plays that game anymore or uses them. I'm sure it's still probably pretty popular, but just in case. We've got the reverse. Oh, Linoon reverse. And another Happy Chappy Vileplume. And let's do a little ASMR pack now to give us some good luck. Let's see. Let's find out if we get a hit. Oh, Aerotum EX. Okay, it worked. Not bad. Now, this is the regular double rares, basically, like the ones that have the same pattern as they normally do. I would normally not like that one, but honestly, it's not too bad. I think Rotom actually has a SIR in this set as well, so a bit unlucky, I guess, if that's the one you pull. Unless, of course, you are a Rotom fan, which, fair enough, then you would probably want to pull those. But obviously, if you're rolling the dice on an SIR, it's gotta be the Zard, right? You gotta get the Zard, or at least the Dawn, I think, as well. I think that would be the ones I would want. I'll have to see and look at the other ones that are available, but pretty cool. A wondrous. Oh, we've lost focus. Hold. All right, there we go. We're back. That doesn't happen often, but work in progress. With the two reverses, and at the end, oh, that looks shiny. Oh, the Mega Sharpedo EX. Finally, I get to see what this looks like in put. Wow, look at the texture on that thing. I actually really like that. I love the color scheme too. Really fitting for Sharpedo. I think kind of underrated. I do really enjoy Sharpedo. I know he is just technically a shark, but I think all of his designs are quite good, actually, with a lot of the stuff, a lot of the artworks that he has. But yeah, good texture design on this one. It's very obvious in the light here. There's actually like a big texture circle right on the top of his schnoz there. Very, very nice, but otherwise really good. I like that a lot. I thought I did. Based on the pictures, I kind of liked it, but now that I've seen it in person, it looks a little bit better than I thought, to be honest. A little fun fact about my Pokemon playing history. I actually played Ruby the most, ironically. So I actually played, like, Gen 3 was my, the most I played. So Sharpedo, I don't know, for me, always that Team Aqua, Team Magma, you know, the Team Aqua, Sharpedo. And then the amount of times I ran the Elite Four in Ruby is just to get level 100s was ridiculous. So I remember Sydney, the first Elite Four member, always had one, and he had that rough skin, so I would always damage myself. Otherwise, though, a cool Pokemon, very, very cool Pokemon. I like the fact that he was like dark water. That was it kind of makes sense, and there wasn't really that many that were like that I remember. At least that early on, specifically for water type, because generally it was just like water type is water type, you know. So I don't know, but it made sense for him because he was a little aggressive, But obviously, you had Bite, right? Like Bite went from being like a normal to kind of going into like a dark move, so he was all about crunch and bite. So yeah, me likey, Sharpito, me likey. We got Jumbo Ice Cream, could do with some of that right now, and a Flygon. I guess there's no better time than the present to talk about the whole, well, I'm sure if you're watching a Pokemon video, I'm sure you've heard of it by now. It was like last week, I'm pretty sure, but the whole Logan Paul selling his Illustrator Pikachu card for a record-breaking $16.5 million doll hairs. I'm pretty sure that was the one he NFT'd as well. I wonder if, well, there we go. The Mega Gengar EX, my chase. Let's go. Woo! You close your eyes. You didn't see anything. You did not see that pack opening. We don't care about it didn't matter. Nothing matters. I mentioned Logan Paul, and this is what happens. The packs start running away. They gain a sentient life, and the cardboard tries to run away because it doesn't want to be NFT'd and sold for $16.5 million. I don't know what you think this Gengar can go for. This Gengar is beautiful, by the way. I'm yapping, but look at the texture on that thing. Well, I'm happy we got one, actually. This is my only chase for the whole set. So hopefully we can pull another one, like I was saying earlier, but otherwise, I may be yoinking this one. I may be yoinking this and giving those $3 that I think it's worth to Brandon and giving him a firm handshake and saying thank you, sir, for your business. But yeah, let me know what you think down below about that whole Logan Paul fiasco. I don't know, it's an interesting one for sure. I think it's a bit would scripted be the word, maybe, perhaps? I don't know. I just know, again, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he converted one of his physical pieces of cardboard to an NFT, and people have ownership of it, and then he said whenever he sells the card, then obviously they'll get, you know, a cut of it. And I'm not hearing anything about that now. I wonder if any of them got a couple million there off that. Don't get me wrong, the card is extremely rare. Like, the illustrators were one of a kind. Like, they were really, really hard to get, and in the condition and the grade and all that stuff. But like, 16.5 million? Are we sure about that? That guy's gonna lose. He's gonna lose so much money, in my opinion. I mean, the only reason it's worth 16.5 million is because he literally like diamond infused it, put it on a necklace, and then decided to join WrestleMania and promote it that way. That is literally it. I mean, that card is really rare. It's really expensive. 16.5 though? Come on. Let's be real here. I don't really think it's going to affect much, to be honest with you. I mean, it could do, but I don't know. Pokemon cards aren't new or anything. They've been around for a while now. Everyone knows there's value in them. There's like a robbery every other week nowadays at local card shops and like new stores. I mean, there's compilations now of people fighting at Target and then like Costco and stuff. Like it's a big thing. So it's not like necessarily going anywhere, or it's like not new, but 16.5 mil is just, it's just a little too crazy. But again, I don't think that's, like I say, going to overall affect the market in a way where everything's just going to go up. Oh, we've got a Sacred Charm. Oh, that looks nice. Another Pokemon Tool full art here, a little ultra rare. I don't know which one of these is the most playable. I imagine whichever one is the most playable, it will be the most expensive, but not bad there. I do like that one. Yeah, hopefully can end strong here. Just get some hits on the way out. Still no SIR though, right? Still no special illustration rare. Again, it's my first time opening up a booster box in a while, so I'm not sure what the guarantees are with how many illustration rares you get, and then, you know, your odds of like what replaces the special illustration rare. I think it is just with another illustration rare, right? Like that's what I would assume. I don't think you can get two in one box. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be the case. Got a Pawmot. But otherwise, we're getting close to the end of the first box. I've thoroughly enjoyed it so far, to be honest with you. I think the Meowth and the Ludicolo are my two favorites so far. The Toxtricity is pretty cool for the Holo Rare. And we've gotten a couple of decent commons too. Like, I like the Piplup, and the Benaria was pretty cool as well. Absol's nice. Oddish. Seal. Pormo. Bronzong. Dawn. Seviper. We've got the reverse Carvana. Into the reverse Bramblin. And another Genesect. Alright, last 2 packs to go. Come on, let's end strong. Let's get a couple hits here and call it a day on this booster box and move on to the next one. I assume we still have a chance for an SIR, so I'm going to hold my breath here and let's see if we can get something good here. It'd be nice. I mean, I think they're all pretty cool. Like I say, like I've seen the Rotom. I saw somebody trying to, like, opening a lot. Like, I don't think it was a Whatnot streamer, but it was definitely one of those, like, rip and ships. And they got like 4 of the Rotom SIRs, so a bit unlucky there, but it was kind of funny. Ooh, and we got the Firebird, the Oricorio EX. Probably one of the weaker ones for me, just because I don't really know the Pokemon that well. Alright, last pack. Come on then. Come on. Ending with the Charizard pack to hopefully give us the luck we need to get the Charizard. There's your kill card. And we'll do a 1 to the front. Little fighting energy. So no fire energy special, but that's okay. Pillow Swine, Boltund, the Crocodile, Fire Breather, Bramblegast, Cerulean, oh, no SIR. Okay, that's fine. Oh, but a little ultra rare Battle Cage at the end. Wow, this card actually is beautiful. I've seen this. The last card shop I went to last week, I actually saw this in their on their shelf on their display case. So it did kind of catch my eye. It looks kind of sick. I didn't notice the Sneasel actually on the top right as well. But very well designed, and I love the color scheme of it. It's actually a really nice texture as well. I'm not sure if it's playable again, but pretty cool stadium card there. All right, box number 2. Alright, new box, new possibilities. You heard that correctly. Let's get the Charizard. Or another Gengar. That'd be nice too. I'll actually just take anything at this point. I don't know. I don't think the values were that good on that first box, to be honest with you. I have a feeling because we didn't get an SIR, that was what they'd call in the industry a dud box. But it can't be as bad as my mate Potter opening up Spirit Forge, right? A little inside joke there. He did pretty bad. But he did get a Soraka, so that was pretty cool. I will try and go a bit faster this time. Now we kind of know. We've seen probably pretty much all of the Holo Rares at this point. So, and most of the commons and uncommons. So we're kind of just looking for new illustration rares now, to be honest with you. So I will try and keep it a little... I'll cut it a little short if we don't really get anything here. But I still want to go through them all. I do prefer that way and that style of opening the packs anyway. I want to see what's at the end. I don't just want to skip to the end. I don't know how people can do that and have fun. But hey, to each their own. Another Polmop. Oh yeah, I also completely forgot. This year marks Pokemon's 30th anniversary, so I don't really know what they're doing for that, to be completely honest with you, but oh my god, I am struggling on this one. Please, let me in. Yeah, I don't really know what they're planning on doing for it, but they're definitely going to do something probably pretty big, because they had an advert on the Super Bowl. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was pretty cool, to be honest. You had Lady Gaga saying her favorite Pokemon was Jigglypuff, and like Trevor Noah's favorite Pokemon was Psyduck. I don't know, it was kind of cool, but it looked like it was promoting Pogo, really. It's probably just like a promotion for Pokemon in general. I don't know, I just feel like they were all carrying their phones around and you know, playing Pokemon Go. So that I just thought it was more targeted towards that. But then I think at the end it just had the Pokemon symbol, so it might just be a general thing. It was kind of funny they had Lamine Yamal, and I'm completely honest, I didn't even know what Pokemon he had behind him. I was like, yeah, I think I know what it is. Like if you'd had to test me on it, I think I would know. But I was like, that one's, I know that he's 17 or 18. I can tell his age based on what Pokemon he chose. We've got another Firebird here, the Oricorio EX. Not too bad there, little double rare special. I will say though, the ad was actually more entertaining than the game itself. It's pretty drab, I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of disappointing watching that, sitting down and watching that game. I actually was more excited about the ads, but every single ad was all about AI. Everything was AI and productivity. Give me Doritos. Can we not go back to the good old days? Give me some nacho cheese Doritos, Bud Light, you know, the Bud Light Night, Pepsi, I don't know, E-Trade even with the baby. I mean, come on, man. I'll take the Pokemon one though. That was pretty good. That was probably the highlight for me, to be honest with you. All the other ones were just kind of depressing. Apologies in advance, I guess, if you're a Patriots fan, but I think you'll be all right. I'm a Titans fan, and my other mate is a Falcons fan, so it could be worse. Okay, this bag feels kind of heavy. I'm not gonna lie. We might have something nice on this one. Let's have a look. We've got the Dark Energy to start. We got a Prinplup, a Smeargle, a Toxel, Bronzor, Bramblegast, Fire Breather, Ludicolo, Gloom Reverse into Prinplup Reverse, and a Suicune. Lies! I guess you want the light packs on these ones. You want the light ones. But yeah, I guess the whole point of that Super Bowl ad, and I guess the point I wanted to make is, it's all about who's your favorite Pokemon. So if you didn't know, which I think if you've been watching long enough and you can see the background, my favorite Pokemon is, of course, Blastoise, because the best starter in Gen 1 is Squirtle. I will die on the hill. He is the best. I need to get around and do the tier list, actually, because I was saying a long time ago I wanted to do a starter tier list. Ooh, another Mega Heracross EX. I do like this one. Nice little duplicate there. Don't mind that. Yet again, the texture is so well done on these double rares. Yeah, so I need to go back and maybe revisit that. I think, honestly, if you put all the Gen 1 starters in a tier list, they're all S tier, to be honest. And I think it depends on how are you basing your opinion off the game, or are you basing it off of, like, the anime? Because, like, honestly, in the anime, like, Bulbasaur's a badass, okay? I'm not gonna lie. But Bulbasaur can clean shop, okay? He's doing solar beams before he's even close to being a Venusaur. He's like, I don't even want to evolve. No, you know what? No. And I'm still gonna produce a solar beam out of what? Out of this. You know? That's what he said. And then he just unleashed. Oh, a little Mega Charizard X! Oh, the double rare. So this is obviously the lesser version. Probably still the best double rare you could get, maybe, in value, I would imagine. Not too bad. So we did get a Charizard, just not the Charizard. So if you're a Zard fan, then there you go. Beautiful texture on this, though. Beautiful texture. Love the flames as well. The little purple-green action going on. That's obviously the theme of the hit as well. I'm telling you, the SIR looks so nice. I think the SIR is miles better than the gold. Gold cards are just not, like, people aren't liking them, like, in general. You'll see a lot of vendors but like, people don't want them. People won't, if you're, like, trying to use that as a trade, they'll just say, yeah, I'm good. Because it just, they don't move. Not a lot of people like the gold cards right now. Maybe in time. It's kind of the same with, like, I guess you'd call them, like, monochrome or whatever, like the Victini that was, like, all red, and then the Zekrom and Reshiram that were all white and all black. Like, I don't know, those aren't really, you know, they're not even my favorites, because it's not really an artwork, is it? It's just, like, I get, like, a lot of people really enjoy texture, and I can't stop yapping about it 90% of my videos, but that's really all it is. It's just a color and texture, and then they just kind of stick the Pokemon on there. It's not really creative in terms of, like, an artwork per se. So, you know, it kind of makes sense why people don't necessarily like that. But yeah, I think it's just a 9-day difference with the gold cards to the SIRs. Well, now that you know that my favorite Pokemon is Blastoise, let me know down below who your favorite Pokemon is. and your thoughts on what Pokemon are maybe planning on doing for their 30th anniversary. I don't know if they've said anything yet. Obviously, we're early days into 2026. If they're going to do anything, I imagine they'll do it in the summer. But the fact that they had a Super Bowl ad is pretty. That's a pretty big deal, because it's very, very expensive to even run like a 30-second ad. Obviously, they've got the money. We're talking about Pokemon here, but I feel like that's the first time they've ever done that. I can't remember if they did in previous years, but it's a pretty good sign. Pretty good sign. But yeah, on top of having, you know, the Logan Paul thing, that brought a lot of publicity back to Pokemon. Not that there hasn't been a lot of publicity anyway, but I think really their 30th anniversary this year, it all depends, like with everything, it depends on the sets, man. It depends on the sets and what they're going to bring. I think they've started off very strong with Ascended Heroes. I think having a Gengar chase is huge. You got a lot of the cutesy cards as well, like the Dragonite is obviously like a huge chase for a lot of people as well. So I think that's a pretty good start for like a sort of an opening set for the year. But I think it really depends on what they're going to do next, right? Like, are they going to get another Charizard? Obviously, this set has the big Charizard chase, or like the newest Charizard chase. Ooh, there we go. There's the one I was talking about. The Mega Heracross EX. This is the full art version. So this is one I was saying that has the Giga Chad on the left, basically, and then the Derpy Heracross on the right. But I really like what they've done with highlighting like kind of the black outline of the Mega Heracross. I think it looks really, really nice. And I don't know, Heracross is kind of underrated. He has some really good vintage artwork, so he does have like a niche collector community. I think also just for like being a bug Pokemon too, I don't know. I think he's very cool for that, because generally the bug Pokemon are can be kind of hit or miss. It just depends. So I think he's really cool in the anime too. I really enjoyed his personality with Ash and all of that stuff. So, but yeah, I think it all depends on the sets, like I was saying, right? So I think if we see, like I was saying with a Charizard, maybe you kind of normally have to get one of those in, but they just released this set like last November, right? Like it's been a couple months now, but I don't know. Is it too soon? Is it ever too soon to release a Charizard in a set though? Probably not. I think if they do an evolutions set, anything with like the top evolutions, kind of like what they did with Prismatic, and then even like obviously Evolving Cries well before that as well. Like if they do any sets like that, like it's going to go crazy. But also like, I don't know, is it too soon? Like Prismatic's not that old, and even like 151 isn't that old either, and that's kind of going through all the OGs, you know. So I don't really know what they're going to do, to be honest with you. Nice Toxtricity here. I do like this holo rare. One of my faves, I would say. I guess we have to keep in mind too, you know, it's all about the Mega Evolutions now. We just went from Scarlet and Violet to now Mega Evolutions, so I'm actually quite curious. And maybe they can't do another Zard. Like, I mean, they obviously can. They can do whatever they want. But, I mean, you've already gotten a Mega Zard, and that's in this set, right? So, what's the other Mega going to be? I mean, are we going to get another Chonky Pikachu, maybe? Because, you know, that was the kind of the V-Max era. So, maybe we'll get something like that. I don't know, that could do well. I think there is a Pikachu in the Ascended Hero set, though, so they've kind of already hit that one. I think the new set is called Perfect Order. I've not seen anything about it yet, though. Oh, actually, you know what? I take that back. I remember scrolling on Instagram the other day, and, you know, to be fair, I don't know what set it's going to be in, but I did see, because it was in Japanese, and I was scrolling fast, but I did see a Mega Starmie that they're printing, which, if you don't know, Mega Starmie is basically like the new Nightmare Fuel. It's just a Starmie that grows legs, and it looks like Patrick Star from SpongeBob, basically. I just remember a lot of content creators when the game first came out, that when they were playing it and they saw that, they were freaking out about it, which kind of makes me think now that the new set's just going to be about the game I never played, so that's going to be kind of unlucky, I think. Ooh, we have another Nimble. Okay, a little unlucky there, but we'll still take the illustration rare. Very nice, very nice. And anything at the end? No, just a Suicune. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Like I say, I don't mind these. We were bound to get duplicates. I really don't. I like to not get duplicates, but we were bound to get one, so this isn't a terrible one to get, to be fair. We'll take that. Back to the pile, Nimble. But yeah, I actually didn't play Scarlet and Violet, or what's it called? Pokemon ZA? Is it the Zaza? I think that's what everyone said. But I'm pretty sure it's like ZA, like it's hyphen. It's got a hyphen in it. But yeah, never played that one. Didn't I don't know. Just didn't seem that appealing when I first. I mean, obviously, there's always going to be people who have played Pokemon forever will always glaze it, no matter what, even if it is bad. But I don't know. Objectively, the last 2 games just haven't looked that fun to me, so I've not even bothered. The last one I played was Legends of Arceus. That was like really good. Ooh, hey, a Togedemaru. This is a really cute card, I will say. This is a nice illustration. I think we pulled this actually out of our single packs when the set first released. So we have technically seen this before on the channel, but it's the first time in this video, and I do, like I say, very much enjoy this one. It is a cute one. You just got two Togedemarus in the background there. Well, as far as I know, we still have a solid chance here to get an SIR, and obviously more illustration rares too, because we haven't really... Obviously, we got a couple there just in succession with the Nimble and the Togedemaru, but we haven't started off as strong as we did on the first box, so that's actually... I do prefer that. I've talked about it before when I open my One Piece cards, but I kind of don't... I want to save the best till last, you know? I kind of want to... But I guess with Pokemon it is slightly different because there is 36 packs. It does feel a tad bit longer, so I don't know. You can't... You know, there's nothing you can do about it, but I do prefer leaving the best till last here. I think we have something. I think I spoiled it for myself. We do. Oh, and it's a Rotom EX. We have seen that, of course, so that is another duplicate there on the double rares, but... Not a terrible one to get a duplicate of. I do actually enjoy this one compared to like the Firebird and some of the other ones we've seen. Yeah, I think I even prefer this one over like the Miss Magius that we saw as well. Like, I don't know, I think I've always liked this in general, but like that one obviously has like the lightning on the edges, right? So I think no matter what, if it's like, even in One Piece, like some of my favorite SPs and like alt-art leaders, and even in here, a lot of my favorite Pokemon cards are the ones that kind of burst out of the artwork, where the actual like borders of the artwork is part of either the character or like their ability or what have you. I don't know, it just feels more realistic, and it does kind of stand out to me a lot more than some of the ones that just have sort of the regular borders. Don't get me wrong, they're both cool, but I've always preferred that. I've also really liked the, and they've been doing this with Pokemon for years now, but I really like when you can get like multiple different artworks and then match them together, as if like, one, they're usually drawn by the same person, but it's almost like you can paint a bigger picture by combining the artworks together. I've seen it a lot with Yu-Gi-Oh as well, but like, I don't know, Pokemon, like I say, have been infamous for it for a long time. I see like whole content creators like on Instagram, and that's basically all they do, especially if they're like an artist as well, and they can kind of link them together by painting over them. I don't know, I think that stuff looks dope. Do we have anything at the end here? Nope. But yeah, no, I think I've always enjoyed that, and that's kind of my thing about Pokemon for like the longest time. Even like with the old sets too, you know, like even just getting, and that's kind of like my influence of how I set up my binders and how I organize and stuff like that. Like I love having like, oh, we're out of focus again, hold. There we go. Like even like, let's just say like Team Rocket, for example, like Team Rocket, Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise, like having all three of those together, just kind of keeping the theme of whatever, you know, the evolutions in that particular set are trying to do. I really enjoy that stuff. Alright, we're getting close here. We're about halfway through on this box, I would say. And we're still in need of that beautiful SIR. I am struggling with this box. I've been trying to hide it by yapping, but I cannot open these ones to save my life. Let's go ahead and do a little traditional one. There's your code card. Maybe that's all we need to do. And there is your water energy. Go ahead. Did you guess the energy? Did you get it correct? I did, because I looked at it. Bronzor, Mimikyu, Crocodile. We've got the Meliota, Sacred Charm, Sandile into... No SIR, unlucky. Oh, Ignition Energy. I do like that, actually. That looks dope. There is so much texture going on with this. Now, granted, this is a special energy, so probably pretty playable, I would imagine. I mean, you do need energies to play the game, similar to like Dawn or Lands. Like, it would be in that same category. So if this is relatively playable, this may be quite decent price-wise. But I'd argue this is the best, like, full art version, or like the ultra rares of these, like, especially for like energies, but even like the Poke Tools or items. I really like this one. I'm not 100% sure, but if I had to guess, I think the new set will probably release at the end of March. And I guess my only hope with the new sets moving forward, especially in the Mega Evolutions series, is that they continue with the Mega Attack things. I think they're called Mega Attack rares. That's the new rarity. But it's basically like, I only know it because I've seen the Gengar. I'll put it up on screen, but I love how they've got the attack in Japanese characters across the actual artwork. I think that rarity looks dope. So yeah, I hope they continue with that, and honestly, I hope that we get a Blastoise in one of the newer sets, because that would be dope having Hydro Pump or something on the Japanese characters going across. It does remind me a lot of like the early, like the 2014 and the old Megas. They kind of had that with a lot of those. Like I think one of my favorite Scizors has like a similar theme, so I think those would look cool. Obviously that's the plan. I know that's what they're doing, but it all just depends on what the new sets have to offer, because if it's a lot of like based on the new games, then I'm not gonna really know much. So we'll see. We've got Bronzor Reverse, and we do have something at the end here, a Mega Diancie. Okay, I think we maybe pulled one of these in the single packs, but we haven't seen it this video yet, so we'll take that as a brand new one. Very bright and breezy here. We got a lot of pink action going on. Diamond Code, yeah, I like the texture though. Again, they have nailed the double rare textures, specifically with the megas, right? Specifically with the mega double rares. So really like that one. Okay, come on. I feel like we're overdue here. I feel like we haven't really hit much in terms of illustration rares recently, or we haven't gotten an SIR yet. So come on, we've got to get at least one out of 2 booster boxes. Surely we can get at least one. I don't know what the hit chances are, but I know the gold cards are ridiculous. Like I'm pretty sure the gold cards are like 1 in 2,000 or something stupid. So I know that's pretty much impossible to pull. But now, like I say, because not a lot of people are enjoying them, the pull rates aren't really mattering for the price of them. It's the popularity, of course, that's driving it. Oh, okay, another Mega Sharpedo. I did really like this one. Apart from the Gengar, this is definitely my favorite that we've seen so far today. Obviously, I do like the Heracross too, but when it comes to the regular double rare Megas, pretty good. Oh yeah, I forgot to bring this back up. It's been a while since I've talked about this. I feel like I don't remember if I talked about it in a video a while ago, but I was... Oh, can you let me in, sir? Thank you. Jeez, it's fine with me. I was talking about PSA, or Please Send Again. I was going to talk about grading cards, and I don't know, I had like 30 or 40 cards set aside, and I wanted to get them graded before I do this show at the end of the month, but I never ended up doing it. That was in November, around the time when PSA bought Beckett, and there was a bunch of drama going on with PSA. I don't know if I mentioned it or not. But we'll go ahead and take the rest of the packs out now. But the whole drama, it was kind of crazy. Like, it first was targeted with baseball cards, but obviously that's going to trickle down to everything because PSA grade everything pretty much, right? So, but it like it was like a congressman complained, and like it's gone to like the higher ups in the government and stuff. I don't know, lads. Like I was getting a little nervous. I mean, they've got to sort, like PSA have to sort it out because that's like their entire business, and also the whole market, like with grading cards and everything, is like it's kind of like it's a big deal if all of a sudden those like stop being sold or sought after. So they kind of need to get that sorted, and that's kind of why I was hesitant to even send anything in, to be honest with you. Oh, nothing here, maybe. Oh, no. Another battle cage. Okay, we'll take that. A nice duplicate to have. Like I say, probably... actually, you know what? This is better than that energy one. I do prefer this stadium. A little bit better because you do have the Sneasel at least. I don't know. I've always seen grading as a gamble anyway. Like, there's always a risk, right? It just depends on the day. If you get the wrong grader, he's had a bad day. I mean, I even think PSA... Oh, we're throwing stuff now. I think PSA just gets a D10 and they just roll. I think they look at some of those cards and they just start rolling. I think the thing with PSA that's kind of rubbed people the wrong way is the whole like buyback thing. Like if you don't get it at a certain grade, like we won't even grade it for you. But like if you get a like 9 instead of a 10, like they'll buy it back and then like I think regrade it. I think that's the whole thing, and then they make it a 10. I don't know. I don't know the whole details on that one, but the whole like buyback thing, I know that's gotten like a lot of people riled up, and like I don't know, in general, I saw a Beckett one, and this was specifically with One Piece, but it all applies, of a guy sending like all of his high-priced mangas, like proper like easily 10 grand raw of mangas, and like Beckett said they received it. They got like all the confirmations, everything was good, and then like a week later he got a message that like it was tampered with and there was nothing in the box when it arrived. And I was like, what? Oh! Oh! Mega Sharpedo EX! That is our SIR! Let's go! Ooh! That looks beautiful! Oh my god. Ooh. Get out of here, Palmer. That looks beautiful. We're gonna have to zoom in on this one. The texture, perfect. The design, exquisite, if you will. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that's really well done. Look at that texture, man. Oof. Oof. I did, like I say, I like the regular Mega Sharpedo, so no wonder I'm gonna like the SIR too. What a beautiful card, honestly, man. I mean, I think if you're gonna get one, I'm glad we got this one, to be honest. Obviously, like, we would prefer the Zard, but, like, or maybe the Dawn as well. But, like, I think otherwise, this is like, one of the better ones to get. I think it's probably gone down a bit in value, but it's still probably, like, a $30, $40 card, which we'll take, and I think it definitely deserves at least that. This is a dope card. I know Sharpedo doesn't necessarily have, like, a lot of fans, but in terms of this set, I'm pretty sure there's only 5 SIRs, right? I mean, you've got the Zard, you've got the Dawn, you've got this Sharpedo, yeah, and then there's like, I think a Low Bunny and then a Rotom as well, so I think in terms of this set, this is a great hit, like, we'll take that all day. Sorry, Ludicurlia, mate, you gotta go. You're being replaced by Sharpedo. Unlucky. Well, I'm not sure what that means for the rest of the opening now. I think we've still got plenty of just regular illustration rares that we have chances for here, and probably a couple more double rares, so we'll obviously keep going to the end, but I don't think you can get 2 SIRs in the same box. Now, maybe we can get the gold. That's like I think that's just a hyper rare, so I don't know, maybe we have a chance for that still. We'll see. We've got a Charmander, Hammerswine, we've got Bronzong, Tauros, Sharkadet, Punk Helmet, and okay, we do get a double rare. The old Miss Magius. Probably not my favorite there. I think it's definitely better than the Oricorio, whatever it is, but I still think Rotom maybe has the best double rare that isn't like a mega double rare in this set. So far, I mean, I can't remember if we've seen another one. I think that's it, right? We've only really seen those 3. I don't know. Well, I've already forgotten, so we'll see at the end of the video. I'll run through all the hits as always, so let's see. We got a Psychic Energy, a Mischievous, Charmeleon, Yamper, we got the Doggo, Nimble, Alcremie, Cerulege, Fire Breather, Reverse Ghastly, very nice, add that to the collection, Meliota, and the Genesect. Okay, I think we're just down to our last 5 packs here. We've got a Charizard artwork, so I don't know, maybe is there a chance? Is there a little gold Zard hiding in here? Let's find out. Let's do it the traditional way, huh? There's your code card. Guess the energy. No cheating. Lightning Energy. Did you get it right? I didn't, because I didn't guess in enough time. Vibrava. Seal. Oddish. I do like the Oddish, and I do like the Smeargle, actually. I've not really talked about the commons and uncommons this video, but I do quite like the Oddish. The Baneri was also pretty cool as well. But I do like Smeargle seems like he's coming down from the club. He was painting something down there. I don't know. But Oddish, I don't know. Oddish is kind of, I can't tell if, well, maybe we'll have to look at it again, but looks like Oddish is on like a bench or something, so, but looks pretty comfy, let's just say that. We've got the Fighting Energy, Baneri, Bramblin, Absol, Oddish. Yeah, on the steps. It's on the steps. It's a cool one. A cool design. Vileplume Reverse. Nothing there. Piplup Reverse. Nope. Come on, I believe we've got at least one more hit out of these last couple packs here. I'm known for the last pack magic. I don't think it's going to be anything major, but if we can get like another illustration rare, or I'd even take one of the mega double rares. Maybe is there a last chance ditch effort for another Gengar? That's kind of what we're looking for now, actually. Let's just focus on the Gengar. Let's get another Gengar, so both Brandon and I can get arguably the best mega double rare in this set. Unless you're a big Zard fan, which is fair enough as well. We've got Grimsley's move, reverse Ludicolo. Oh, hey, Wigglytuff, there we go. We have pulled this one before in the single packs. Definitely one of my faves. A very cute card. This and like the Vulpix from a couple sets ago, I think are probably some of the best illustration rares. Obviously the Meowth is really cool too from this set. But yeah, in terms of value as well, I think this is one of the more expensive illustration rares. So actually not a terrible hit at all. We'll definitely take that. And I love that they're all singing to each other. It's a cool artwork. Definitely no arguments there. So I do think, I mean, we couldn't get the Piplup. I think that's probably the only one I kind of did want to see in person. I'm sure I'll see quite a lot of them at the card show the next weekend, but Piplup, I think, would have been the one that I would have wanted. But we'll take Wigglypuff and a Meowth, and even the Ludicolo. Like, that was kind of a surprise. I haven't seen that. Maybe there's a chance for one more. Maybe one more chance. I don't know. We didn't get a lot at the beginning of this box. I'm kind of confusing this box and the first box, so I think we may still have a chance. Oh! Oh! I didn't know he had one. So we've got the Zacian illustration rare there. The old Sword Doggo. That's pretty cool. That'll do well. I know a lot of people really... Like, I know Sword and Shield was some people's, like, first Pokemon game. I'm talking about younger generation. So I know Zacian does pretty well with the younger crowd. So, I don't know. Maybe somebody will like that. We're down to our last 2 packs. Let's see if we can get end on a bang here. I don't know. Those were 2 nice back-to-back packs there. Little illustration rare double at the end there. So, hopefully, maybe we've got one more. Might cope, maybe? Let's find out. We've got the code card. We'll do 1 to the front. Guess the energy. I didn't do it again. It's a dark energy. Don't cheat. And we've got a Gligar. Pour me. Piplup. Come on. Give us the Piplup. We want the Piplup. Come on. Give us the IR Piplup. Please. The Pack Whisperer. Here you go. Nope. We just got a blowtorch. And a Flygon. We're going straight for the next one. We're going straight into it. Come on. Let's end on it. Let's do it. Come on. I think that's probably it. I think that's probably it, but you know what? There's always a chance. Never say never. 1 more to go. Una más. Una más. Code card. Guess it. Lightning. Oh. No. It's close. It was close. Not really. Dog. Seal. Pormo. Jigglypuff. Gloom. Linoon. Battle Cage. Ludicolo. The dog. Swing and a miss. Alright, unlucky. Oh. Yeah, well, you know what? We'll take the Toxtricity at the end. Easily my favorite holo rare. Probably said that 5 times this whole video. But it is what it is, alright? Anyway, let's go ahead and do an overview of all the stuff that we pulled in today's video. So we did end up getting 2 of the Oricorio EXs. We pretty much got a duplicate of all of the smaller double rares. I just think because there isn't that many of them in the set. So Rotom was definitely my favorite out of those 3 there. Of course, we got 2 Miss Magius as well. And the 2 Mega Heracross EXs, which I really enjoyed the texture on that one. We also got 2 of the Mega Sharpedo EXs, definitely my second favorite, I would say, for all the Megas today. We only got 1 Low Bunny, that was in the first box. Does have some really nice texture on that one, and the Diancie, and then obviously my fave, the old Mega Gengar EX. Really happy we pulled that one today. That's the only one I was really chasing, so out of 2 booster boxes, it's always nice to pull the $3 chase card. Anyway, we got the Switch Ultra Rare. So this was actually quite a nice one. I really liked Ignition Energy. This is definitely my second favorite, but I think I prefer Battle Cage out of all of those. I think it's a really cool stadium card with the Sneasel on the top right and everything. Lots of texture and design going on it. We got the Dugong. We got 2 Nimbles. So that was a bit unlucky because I think that's a pretty low roll on the illustration rares. That could have been like, you know, a Piplup or whatever. Mega Heracross EX, this was the ultra rare, really nice, really like that card. The Togedemaru as well, very cute. Ludicolo, I think the surprise winner in today's video. I didn't expect him at all, really liked that one early on there. Of course, we did get the Mega Charizard X EX. It's kind of a tongue twister there, didn't expect that. with the Zacian there as well. The Wigglytuff, fantastic. Really, really cool artwork. We did pull that before, though, so that isn't technically new for the channel. But the Meowth is. I'm really happy we managed to pull this one, because this was a pretty high roll on the illustration rares. Probably one of the best ones you can get. And then we did, luckily, manage to get an SIR. So I'm happy with that. We did get the Mega Sharpedo EX, which is definitely, I think, one of my favorites out of the options that you have on here. You know, the Zard would have been nice, but realistically, I think if I was going to collect any of them, it probably would be the Sharpedo. Maybe the Dawn as well. I know the Full Art trainers always, you know, do quite well, and if you are collecting those, they're a must-have. But that is going to do it for today's long opening video. This is, for 2 booster boxes, it's crazy to me that, I mean, these both probably took me like 45 minutes each, maybe unedited. So this one's probably going to be a pretty miserable one to edit, but you know, it is what it is, and that's just how the cookie crumbles, lads. That's just how it goes. Anyway, if you did enjoy this and want to see more of this, as well as One Piece and all the other things we do on the channel, then make sure you leave a like. Let me know what you thought down below, and obviously subscribe to the channel. Ring-a-ding that bell. You know how it goes. Anyway, that is going to do it for today's video, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.